if you want to build your business, you want people to find you for free, you are going to want to dive into some SEO strategies. And I know it can be a little overwhelming. There's so many opportunities. There's terms, words that you may never have heard of before. So today I am going to give you the condensed version of the SEO guide for beginners. Here we go. The first thing that you want to do is you want to ask yourself, are you ready? Like, do you actually have a product and a service that you know people are interested in? Have you made some sales, right? If you haven't done that yet, I personally wouldn't spend all this time focusing on the SEO. Make sure you talk to a human being, have a one-to-one interaction, make a sale first, then you'll know which direction to go in. So ask yourself if you're ready to start optimizing your SEO. Then you want to do your own little audit of your own site. So go through your own site, right? If you've got a website there, use something like one of my favorite tools, Ubersuggest, which can tell you some more information about your site. Also, the Google Search Console, which is totally free. Ubersuggest has a free version as well, but the Google Search Console is a great way to see what you're already ranking for. So dive in to see what you're already ranking for, and then do an audit of those keywords with your competitors. So look at the people who are in your space, who are showing up for those keywords that you want to show up for. This is a great foundational piece to get those foundations started before you move into full on mega awesome SEO strategies. When it comes to moving into the awesome strategies, you want to focus on these 3 pillars. And these are 3 pillars that I learned from my good friends over at Neil Patel Excel, Neil Patel Digital, it is also known as. If you know Neil Patel, he is, as far as I'm concerned, the go-to in the world when it comes to SEO. And I am so honored to be partnering with their team. They are working on my SEO. I'm partnering with them, sharing their goodness with the world. It has been awesome. And Olivia from their team shared these 3 pillars, which I think are really, really great. So the first is technical SEO. Now, this is where you dive in, you get a sitemap. Make sure that Google can actually see it. Make sure it's indexed is what that's called. A sitemap is actually a map of everything that's happening behind the scenes on your website. And you just load that little thing into Google's crawlbot section. That was a very detailed example of how to do that. It's not that hard, but you want to make sure that it actually is indexed by Google, and check the site speed on your website because that actually affects the SEO ranking as well. And then you want to make sure you identify what are the keywords that you want to be showing up for. So those would be those technical things on the backside that you want to kind of get in place in general before you move to the next step, which is the actual on-site optimization. And that's where those keywords that I mentioned really come into place. So in the on-site optimization, you're going to be doing a deeper competitive analysis, really looking to find what are those keywords and where are the opportunities where you could maybe rank higher than someone in the search results. Identify those keywords. And then once you have those, you want to go into your pages and your posts, everything that's on your site, and see how you can do some internal linking. So an example that I used is we are using b.live in order to make this magic happen on this video today. And I'm going to show you b.live. I'm going to bring it up onto the screen. So here's b.live. And with BeLive, we love to repurpose our content. We combine the BeLive editor, which is what happens right when you're done with your live video. You can get in and chop little pieces out. We can combine that with a tool called InVideo that we also love. And I have several posts about repurposing. So I can link the notes from today's show to all of those posts about repurposing, because those are different ways to get more get more SEO juices by repurposing your videos into a blog post. So if I internally link those posts, as I mentioned them here in this video, in the notes from this show, that will help Google to see, oh, she's really talking about all these things that are all connected. It's not just a one-off post about how to increase your visibility using digital marketing, right? Okay, and use BeLive because it's awesome. Okay, and then once you've done that on-site optimization, the next step is to do the off-site optimization. And I'm going to look at my notes just to make sure I've got all of Olivia's tips here. Olivia and Mark came to the show and it was so awesome. So when it comes to off-site recommendations, this is where, or optimization, sorry, off-site optimization, this is where you want to make sure that other people are sending traffic to your site. So Mark from Neil Patel's team, he suggested that you look at it like a baseball team. So if he's a baseball coach and a bunch of little kids on the baseball team recommended him as a good baseball coach, you may be like, okay, cool, I kind of believe you. And then he said, if a college baseball player recommends him, that's a little more authority, right? But if a pro baseball player recommends him, then you're like, oh yeah, I totally trust that he's a good baseball player. Same thing with Google. There's different types of sites that can recommend you, and you want to make sure that you're partnering with someone who is really a good fit to recommend you, so that it's not like you're just farming out links to sites that don't really have anything to do with what you're talking about, right? So you want to be careful when you're doing that off-site optimization that you're very specific about it. Oh my gosh. So those are the 3 pillars. That is technical SEO, on-site SEO optimization, and then off-site SEO optimization. And when you have all that in place, ta-da, you start showing up at the top of the newsfeed on Google, which is not a newsfeed, it is search results. But I bet it'll help you show up on the top of the newsfeed over on other places too. Oh my gosh, that is a speedy recap. This is part of our full video that we do every Wednesday at 10 a.m. live, both on Facebook and on YouTube. The podcasts are now going to be released on Mondays. So keep that in mind and check us out anywhere where podcasts are listened to as well. All right. Thank you so much. This was so fun. And make sure you check out the show notes. We'll have them below this video. My name is Molly Mahoney. I love helping you to unlock your inner awesome and elevate it with the magic of live video and some real fancy digital marketing.